While riding through the prairie on her way to a town, Ellen meets a man named Kelly, who is digging several holes looking for gold. He fires a shot at her, causing her to tumble off her horse. When he comes over to see if she's dead, she knocks him out, then ties him up to his wagon and continues on her journey. Upon reaching the saloon and hotel, she asks for a room, but the owner, standing on a stool, mistakenly thinks she's a prostitute. In reaction, she kicks the stool out from under him, making him fall. Ace Hanlon arrives at the bar, bragging about his cards, each ace symbolizing a man he has killed. Meanwhile, Ellen sits outside with a drink, while a blind boy polishes her boots. The atmosphere in the saloon becomes animated when a man named Scars, recently freed from jail, walks in to settle a score by shooting someone on horseback. He approaches Ellen, but she tells him to wash up, which angers him, leading him to tip over the blind boy's wagon. Later, in her hotel room, as Ellen is unpacking, Katie, the owner's daughter, asks her about her marksmanship, intrigued because she has never seen a woman with a gun. Ellen doesn't reply, and Katie leaves. A significant single-elimination gunfighting tournament is about to begin during the registration period. At the saloon, the owner's job is to register 16 contestants. Each participant competes once daily, with the victor earning $123,000. One by one, various gunmen step up to sign up, including Scar, Spotted Horse, Sergeant Cantrell, Eugene, Ace Hamlin, Steve the Kid, and Ji-san the Swedish champion. The Kid attempts to impress Ellen, bragging that he's worth $33,000 across 4 states, but she disregards him. Then, John Herod and his gang arrive, and Herod signs up, earning applause from the audience. Next, his men force a preacher named Court into the saloon, and Herod demands he join the competition. Court declines, prompting Herod to have him hoisted on a chair. Ellen intervenes, volunteering to register herself, but Herod ridicules the notion of a woman being capable of shooting. Ellen counters this by shooting the rope, freeing Court. Herod reluctantly signs up Court and permits Ellen to enter the competition. The following morning, Ellen wakes up at the Kid's place, but nothing transpired between them since the Kid spent the night throwing up and unconscious. Ellen reveals her wish to confront Herod and learns that the Kid is actually Herod's son. Court awakens, bound to a fountain. Ellen inquires why he doesn't retaliate, and Court confesses he yearns to eliminate them for their actions but refrains because he believes murder is immoral. Later, Ellen enters the saloon and confronts Herod, but Kelly intervenes, challenging her instead. She has no option but to comply, as the tournament rules dictate that any challenge must be accepted. Meanwhile, Ace is showing off, bragging, and performing gun tricks. Herod steps forward and challenges Ace, suspecting he was hired to kill him. As the day progresses, the tournament commences with straightforward rules, the last person standing after the draw is the winner. The first duel features the Kid against the Swede, where the Kid quickly shoots him twice, forcing him to drop his weapon. The townspeople erupt in cheers, lifting the Kid in celebration. In the saloon, Spotted Horse boasts that bullets cannot kill him, claiming he's been shot multiple times without dying. Meanwhile, Ellen notices Herod at the bar. Other champions of the day include Spotted Horse, Sergeant Cannell Scars, and Eugene, a well-known rogue. One of Herod's men then throws down the gauntlet, challenging Court to a duel. Herod goes to a Kid's gun shop, where the Kid proudly displays his best guns. However, Herod insists on buying the least expensive gun for Court, which comes with just 1 bullet, but the Kid promises it's accurate. Court refuses to draw or use it later on. Eventually, he is forced into a duel that he wanted to avoid. The townspeople all bet against him, but when the time comes, only 1 shot rings out. Herod's man collapses, despite many claiming to be the fastest gunslinger, including the Kid, Hod, and Ace. It's evident that Court is the quickest of them all. After the duel, Ellen chats with Court, and Herod reveals that Court used to be an outlaw like him. This revelation infuriates Ellen, and she storms away. Next, it's Ace's turn to confront Herod. Herod accuses Ace of being a fraud who took credit for Herod's kills. When the clock strikes, Herod shoots off Ace's right thumb, then follows with a shot to his left hand. After taunting him further, Herod delivers a fatal shot to Ace's chest as the townspeople, too frightened to act, applaud Herod as he departs. Ellen, visibly shaken, retreats while others ransack Ace's possessions. That night, she dreams of her father's execution by Herod and his crew. Before her duel, she receives a crucial tip from court as the townspeople cheer her on. Ellen triumphs in her first battle, and the crowd rejoices while she shares a kiss with the boy in celebration. Later that evening, Herod invites Ellen to his house for dinner. During the meal, Ellen secretly readies a hidden minigun to take out Herod. However, she hesitates when a clicking noise comes from under the table, fearing it's a weapon aimed at her. In a panic, she rushes to leave but soon realizes it was merely Herod's lighter causing the sound. Subsequently, Ellen chats with Court, who recounts his history with Herod. He discloses that after a bank heist, both he and Herod were injured by federal officers. A priest helped them recover, but once they were well enough to leave, Herod coerced Court into killing the priest by holding a gun to his head, forcing him into a terrible decision. Meanwhile, Herod calls Sergeant Cantrell to his residence. He confronts the sergeant, revealing that he knows Cantrell, not Ace, was the real hired killer. Despite this, Cantrell remains mostly silent, leading to a tense standoff between them. The following day, Herod alters the tournament rules, stating that all fights must now end in death. Despite commanding the boy to withdraw, Herod faces Cantrell himself. As the clock strikes, Herod shoots Cantrell down and reprimands the townspeople for hiring him. When Cantrell tries one last attack, Herod takes him out with a shot to the head. Even though Herod tells the kid to stop, claiming he's already shown his worth, the kid insists on fighting Scars and ultimately defeats him. A storm looms, and no more battles occur that day. Meanwhile, Eugene, the lowlife, can be heard upstairs assaulting a girl, and he later comes downstairs boasting about it. Infuriated, Ellen ambushes him from behind, and their argument escalates into a fight. Despite the heavy rain, they go outside to settle their differences in a duel. During the gunfire, Ellen hits Eugene in a vital area, but according to the new rules, only one can live. Ellen hesitates to end his life as he pleads for mercy, ultimately deciding to go back inside the bar. Eugene follows her, shooting at her drink, which prompts Ellen to empty her gun into him, killing him. After buying a bottle of pungent cologne, the kid approaches Ellen to talk, but she's busy packing to leave town ahead of Court's next match. He opens up about his feelings for her, but she dismisses him and walks away. Meanwhile, Court prepares to face Spotted Horse in his duel, with just one bullet in his weapon. The Court begins by targeting the first horse, but the seemingly immortal man reappears and retaliates. A young blind peddler supplies Court with another bullet, enabling him to end the confrontation with a precise headshot. Meanwhile, Ellen searches for her father's grave and meets the town doctor, a friend of her deceased father. Through memories, she recalls the day Herod had her father, the town marshal, executed. That night, Ellen sees Court being assaulted by Herod's men and intervenes, rescuing him at gunpoint. Later, Ellen and Court share a close moment and form a pact. The following day, Ellen confronts Herod, only to find out that Herod's son has already challenged him. Court advises Ellen to withdraw, promising to take on Herod himself in the final round. However, Herod overhears their conversation and forces them into a fight, threatening that his men will kill them if they don't comply. With only 4 contestants remaining, Ellen attempts to persuade Herod's son to back down, but he is determined to earn his father's approval. During their duel, he manages to injure Herod in the neck, but is fatally shot in return. Ellen rushes to his side as he takes his last breaths, telling her that he doesn't want to die. In a shocking revelation, Herod states that the boy was never his son. Finally, Court and Ellen find themselves compelled to duel each other. Court pleads with Ellen to shoot him, but she declines when neither of them makes a move. Desperate, Court is then ordered by Herod's men to be killed alongside Ellen. In a moment of urgency, Court shoots Ellen, and the town doctor declares her dead, taking her body away before anyone can steal her possessions. Later, Court faces Herod but is met with a gun pointed at him. He is captured and beaten by one of Herod's men. The following day, just before the final duel, Herod learns the truth and commands the man who attacked Court to flee, then shoots him down. As the climactic gunfight nears, the clock tower unexpectedly explodes, surprising Herod. To everyone's astonishment, Ellen appears unscathed, revealing that red ink was used to stage her death. Seizing the moment, Court begins taking out Herod's men and confronts Herod. Ellen discloses her real identity and throws him the marshal's badge. A flashback reveals that Herod had previously forced Ellen to shoot her own father. In a dramatic turn, Ellen inflicts a fatal wound on Herod while she sustains only a minor injury. She ultimately finishes him off with a shot to the head. In the final scene, she throws the badge to Court before riding away into the horizon. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Take care.